Kenya's history, especially Nairobi and Mombasa, is not complete if you don't consider this machine, the ticket machine of Kenya Bus. When did it start? That is the purpose of this video. We want to find out when it started, or how long has it been there. And I'll tell you, you'll be shocked. Another question we will try to address today is the question of, have we had other companies have such machines? The answer is yes. The answer is yes. In the mid-80s, Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi started what was then called Nyayo Bus. He took a few buses from, there was a problem with Kenya Bus, this thing of being of a monopoly. So he took a few buses from the National Youth Services, and that is the genesis of Nyayo Bus. Nyayo Bus in the 80s had a similar machine, but slightly different. Maybe because it was different, we thought that it was modern. But I'm talking of the mid-80s, and still Kenya Bus retains that. And even earlier, we will know when it started, but I'm saying we had such a case. It used to be like today's receipt. When you go to a supermarket, you buy what you want to buy, then you are given a receipt, just pops out of a machine. That is how the Nyayo Bus tickets happen. I remember 1975, we had matatus going to Cooperative College. That is matatu going to Hadi and Karen. These matatus came up with a certain type of a receipt. The receipt used to be printed in a book, and then you find that he had 2, 3, or even 4 receipt books. He had 2, 3, or 4 receipt books. For example, one had 30 of today's money, not that time's money. Assuming that you have a matatu and you're giving out receipts, you find that one receipt has 30 shillings, 30 shillings, 30 shillings, and the other one 40, 40, and another one 50, 50. So when you boarded a matatu and you had to pay 30 shillings, the conductor would remove a ticket from that booklet or that receipt book, depending on the amount you go. So when you are light, you'd see a receipt that is similar to the KBS one. Similar to the KBS one, it is so similar to the KBS one that the person who didn't travel with you would think that another company has come up with such a receipt. But then, let us ask ourselves, or let me tell you, in the answer of when did this machine start, I don't know. I don't know. I remember in 1973, no, 75, 1975, our school team, Bagathi Road Primary School, appeared on Voice of Kenya television, which today is called Channel 1 KBC. They were singing a certain song. Is it Conductor Peter, Mshere, something like that, Conductor Peter, Mshere. And they were showing the exact way the conductor says he anazungusha hiyo kakitu na anakutolea receipt. Our school was on TV that time. Sorry to sidestep a bit. There was a boy called Evans in those days of black and white TV. He's the one who was acting as the conductor, and the song was a Luhya song. Conductor Peter, Mshiri. Hey, imagine 5 minutes ago, I don't even remember that song. Some of these things, when we talk about the past, we with a photographic mind, we go back and things just prop up. So in 1975, on KBC TV, Channel 1, which then used to be called VOK TV, a boy called Evans was the one who was showing as if he had that KBS machine. And I remember going around telling people that it is me who is being seen on TV. It is me, and we were of the same size. People thought it was me. So you'll find that many people would say, those who are not in Nairobi, that they saw the imitation of that machine for the first time when I appeared on TV, pretending that I had that machine. In reality, it was not me. The first time I appeared on TV was 1976, CID training school, when I was in Form 1, during a boxing match, Kina Monteiro and whatever. Now back to the machine, back to a ticketing machine of the KBS. The first time I saw it was in February 1973. Yes, you had it properly. Mwezi wa pili mwaka wa 1973. By then, by then I had transferred. That is the time I joined Bagathi Road Primary School in Standard 5. So by 1973 January, that machine was there. And it was not new in January 1973, because if it were new, people would be talking of the new machine. It was just normal. The way you look at it today is the way we used to look at it that time. It was just like normal. I don't know why KBS has maintained that machine for all those years. So it used to happen that way. And in 1973, I used to use it going to the library, going to the Kenya National Library. We would board the bus at Adams Arcade, because we used to stay. There is these houses next to Morning Glory. Is it Morning Star or Morning Glory building? There is this building that they are nowadays not houses, they are offices. Just at the corner, at the corner, at the corner of there is this road that is what do you call Gong Road, and then there is this road that is Kirichwa Road. So at the corner of at that corner there, where Gong Road and Kirichwa Road meet, is where we used to stay. There are 4 houses there which are still there even today. So I used to walk on foot from Adams Arcade all the way to Mbagathi Hospital. That's where our primary school is. But on Saturdays, twice a month, I would go to Kenya National Library to change books. Where was the Kenya National Library? If you see Afya House, Ministry of Health Afya House, there is this zebra crossing that goes towards just where there is this road coming from Uhuru Park up to the gate. You know the gate, the main gate of Afya House. It meets this other road. I think it's Ngong Road or something. It meets that road. As you move up a bit towards Milimani Court, let's say 5 or 6 steps, you'll see a zebra crossing in a corner. A zebra crossing in a corner. So that is on this side we have Afya House, and the other side, I think it is fenced. That is where we used to have Kenya National Library. Where Kenya National Library is today used to be up to around 77. It used to be a forest. We used to go there for fair. If you are a boy, you know what fair is. Catapult. So the first time I boarded the Kenya bus, and paid and was given that receipt was February 1973, from Adams Arcade all the way to Community and back. And then, of course, during my form 1 to form 4, I was at Nairobi Technical, which now is called Polytechnic. I was at Nairobi Technical, and we boarding a Kenya bus at Gara, Muslim girls. Yeah, we used to board at in the morning. My father used to work in traffic, and later even the NYS Ruaraka. So from Madaraka we used to travel by his vehicle, but coming home in the evening, we used to go to Muslim girls, board a matatu to Madaraka. No, board a Kenya bus, not matatu. There were no matatus for that route. Board a Kenya bus from Muslim girls up to Madaraka Estate. Uh, if you boarded it at Muslim girls, you would pay 60 cents. You'd pay 60 cents. But if you boarded at in town, you'd pay 50 cents. Why 50 cents and 60 cents? We were paying half because we used to have something called bus pass. Bus pass, yeah. We used to have bus pass. Bus pass used to be used by students in school and in colleges, but bus passes had one route. It indicated where you studied and where you stayed. So you go to any other route, maybe you'll pay halfway, but that is if the conductor does not check in your bus pass. So that is how it was, and it is exactly the way it is today. It is exactly the way it is today. That the conductor gives you just the same receipt as those days. And yes, Kenya Bus is the only company, even in the 70s, that had bus inspectors. Nyayo Bus had them for some time, but then later they found that they would reduce costs by not having bus inspectors. So we used to have bus inspectors the way they are. The conductor before leaving would fill in a book. And the funny thing that I used to notice those days, but I don't notice nowadays, is that I don't know. I don't know whether it is technology that is going back or what. But those days, you would once you board that, you are given that ticket. There's a way it used to disclose. I'm saying so because we were caught several times. For example, you board a vehicle at point A and say that you are going to alight at point B. But when you bypass and you reach point C, as you are going to point D, the what do you call, the ticket inspector looks at your ticket and he can tell you, kijana, sulipandia gari point A na ukaambia conductor utashuka point B. Sasa hata umepita point C na unaenda point D. Those things you see there, I think ni uvivu ama people didn't pass that for information further. Because those days, you meet a conductor, you say, you have boarded the bus at point A. So you just see that the conductor is very busy, and if you say you are going to alight at point D, you'll pay more. So you tell the conductor, I'm alighting at point B. Then the ticket examiner comes, the ticket inspector comes, looks at that. If you look, I wish I had that ticket here. It is written so many things. There are some large numbers, there are some small numbers, there is slanting numbers, there whatever. But I remember in the 70s having been caught several times where I was told, you boarded this KBS at this place, telling the conductor, and the conductor is not next to us. Conductor is busy giving other people tickets. But the ticket examiner would look at those very many blue blue, or is it pink? Pink numbers on your ticket. And he would face you and tell you, you said you boarded the bus at point, point A, and you told the conductor that you are alighting at point B. You have even bypassed point C, you are headed to point D. Now we are going to charge you the fare as though you boarded the bus at point B and alighting at point D. So they would turn to you and tell you that. But being children, of course, you'd just go via a warning. In case you come through via such a thing, I mean such a ticket, don't just throw it. Uh, yes, even those days we used to be told don't throw it until the end of the trip. But even at the end of the trip, kindly look at it. You'll see a lot of numbers written there. Those numbers have so many information. But I think conductors and ticket examiners who followed subsequent years never passed that information to that. Then around in the in the 90s, oh yeah, before I talk about, there was another ticket. I think even Nameless sang about it. Before I even talk about that, those days, security personnel, especially members of the NIS, DCI, and a few uniformed officers. Because uniformed officers, Kenya police uniformed officers, would only not pay. I think even today, they will not pay if they are in uniform. But if they are in civilians, they used to have another bus pass that was different from other. And this one is that they didn't pay anything for as long as they worked within Nairobi, and they could go anywhere. So whenever I used to visit colleagues in Nairobi, I would, whenever I used to visit colleagues in Nairobi, we would travel together. And when I saw the conductor coming, because my colleague would show that receipt, but I would wait until the colleague shows his or her receipt, and then I said, lakini unajua hiyo kesi ilikuwa ngumu sana kwangu, unajua. So the conductor says, if these people, if this is a detective, and the other one is telling him about ile kesi vile ilikuwa, he does not even ask me for my bus pass and goes. There is this other one I'm forgetting, which was there. I think Nameless sang about it in the 1990s. This one was a bit different in that if you stayed between a place and whatever, you paid a certain amount per month. I want to waste your bundles trying to remember because of that. But it was something like that. If I remember, I'll put it in the comment section, whereby you paid for a whole month and you'd use it within the 2 designated place without paying anything on that month. So generally, I was just trying to say that next time you see such a machine, the ticket ventilating machine for Kenya Bus, know that in 1973 it was exactly that way. No changes at all.